Hey, everybody. Welcome to Prophetic Lifestyles with Bernard Bolton. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So, on Wednesday, we do our weekly videos. Now, we're doing videos throughout the week, so we probably will have to change that on our banner. But Wednesday is the day that we do our banner. So, or not do our banners, but we do our weekly video. So I want you to know how much I appreciate you for being a part of this, for being a part of our channel, for watching our videos, for liking them, for even sharing them, and everything that we do here is is for our tribe, is for a prophetic people that God is raising up and God is calling forward. So today, so what we're doing is we're concentrating on the themes that we are speaking, like when we come on, we after we announce that we are Prophetic Lifestyles with Bernard Bolton, then we say that we are making the prophetic practical. We're bringing the prophetic into everyday life, and we are seeing the future now. So last week we talked about what does it mean to make the prophetic practical. Okay, so on this video we're going to be talking about how do we bring the prophetic into everyday life. So you get a prophetic word, or you've watched a video where a prophet has released a prophetic word. You believe by faith that that word is for you. We're in a season right now here at Prophetic Lifestyle where I'm releasing a prophetic word every week, and that's only for a season. It's not permanent, but every week we're releasing a prophetic word. So let's say you hear that word and you believe, you receive that word in your heart and you believe that it is a word for you. All right. So, how then do you bring that into your everyday life? How do you make that word live? How do you make it real? Because a lot of prophetic words are not real because we don't know how to steward them. We don't know how to take possession of them. We don't know how to walk them out. So I want to give you three tips, three principles, 3 points today on how to bring the prophetic into your everyday life. So, so then when we bring the prophetic into our everyday life, the prophetic can actually become, it can actually manifest and become real. It's not a word, it becomes reality. And that's what the Lord wants the prophetic to become in our lives. He wants it to become reality. When we have dreams, the Lord wants you to interpret the dream so that you can then bring that interpretation into your reality. He wants the word. So every prophetic experience is given to us to become real in our life. All right. So, so what often happens when we get a prophetic word is our life, when we receive the word, our life either becomes the direct opposite of that word. For a number of years, I was having dreams of money. People would be giving me money. I would receive bags of money. I would receive large amounts of money. And the Lord was saying to me that he was bringing wealth and provision into my life, but it was during a season where I was really struggling financially. And so that dream was prophetic, but it was but my life was a contradiction. And so what I could have done is just entered into unbelief. I don't believe that I'm going to be poor all my life. I'm going to be struggling. I'm going to be paying bills. So I could have entered into unbelief, or I could take the dreams and believe by faith that what I was seeing in the dreams was going to take place. All right. So So when a prophetic word contradicts your life, what you have to do is you have to war with that word and turn your life around until it comes into agreement with the word. Okay, so in Timothy, I think it's First Timothy, the Apostle Paul says to Timothy to war with the prophetic words that you have received. Now, please understand uh, when Paul uses the word war, and this is what we're not often taught in church, is that when Paul uses that word war, the Greek word is strateo or strateo, from which we get the word strategy. So, warring with the prophetic word has nothing to do with spiritual warfare against the devil or against demons or against sin or against the world, because that's pretty much whenever we war in the church, we've been taught that we have to war against our enemy, we have to war against the devil and all of that. But Paul was saying to Timothy, with the prophetic word, war or get a strategy that you can then incorporate into your life. So when you get a prophetic word and your life contradicts that word, you have to have a strategy. You have to create a strategy. And what is a strategy? Well, a strategy is a plan, okay, that empowers you to obtain a goal. Okay. So that strategy, actually, that prophetic word becomes the goal that you develop a plan on how you're going to bring this word into the reality of your life, which then becomes the goal. So that's really how you war with a prophetic word. You don't use it to fight the devil, because it's not the devil that's really coming against you. It is simply contradiction. It is your life. It may be the result of your choices. It may be the result of your knowledge or lack of knowledge. But a strategy is a plan that brings forth a goal, and that's how we war. That's how the prophetic word becomes a strategy. So you got a word, and you need to bring that word to pass in your life, which means you have to develop a strategy with that word. And if you can't do it by yourself, then you need a mentor, or you need a coach, or you need a prophetic person who can help you develop a strategy so that you can begin to walk that out and turn that circumstance. See, you can turn the circumstances of your life. A lot of us, we pray for circumstances to change, and the Lord has given us the power to change circumstances. Sometimes changing circumstances means you have to make some changes. Sometimes you have to stop doing some things that has created those circumstances. You have to stop doing the things that create the contradiction to the word. So then sometimes the prophetic word has to become your life. That's how you bring a prophetic word into your everyday life. You make that word your life. All right. Number two, a prophetic word sometimes comes to change our direction. We're going one way. I was having a series of dreams when I was well, I won't say where I was living, but a lot of you know my story. You know how I came out of the Baptist church, came out of pastoring to enter into the life that I'm in now. And I would have dreams that I would be driving down a highway. That was a prophetic word. That dream was telling me that I was leaving. And sometimes while I was leaving, I would turn and and get on the other side of the highway to go back. And so what that dream was revealing to me is that there's a tendency in me that has to be broken so that I don't go back, so that I don't make a reverse or do a U-turn to go back in the way that I was leaving. So many times a prophetic word comes to you to change your direction. And changing your direction means that you begin to that you take that word and you begin to walk it out by making changes. Your change may be geographical. I know I've talked about that in the past. You may need, the Lord may be saying to you, it's time for you to go to a new city or a new state or a new region or even a new country. The Lord may be saying to you, it's time to change jobs, time to change relationships. It's time to change habits. So a prophetic word will come. I'll never forget years ago when I first came into the prophetic, a prophet prophesied to me that I needed to change my diet. And this prophet specifically said, you're eating too much fried food and you need to change your diet. Well, at the time, I was pre-diabetic. I wasn't all the way in, but I was pre-diabetic. And I know that that word was telling me to change my diet so that I would not become full diabetic. But I didn't obey the word. I didn't follow the word. I didn't allow that word to change my direction in my eating. And so now I'm a diabetic. All right. So sometimes the Lord will give us a word to create the change in our direction in whatever way that is. And so then you have to take that word and you have to make changes. You have to make change. The Lord's not going to, he's not going to change it. The word is not going to change it, but the word is saying, the word is a sign. A prophetic word is a sign that says, hey, it's time for you to change your direction. All right, here's number 3. A prophetic word comes into our lives to cause us to leave the past. All right, so we bring the prophetic word into our everyday life because many of us are living in the past. We are living in the consequence of our past. The life we are living today is what was created yesterday. And so we are living in the past. Please understand this. Many times a word will come to you. All right. And this is a popular word where let's see, it's let me turn to it before I quote it, make sure I got it right. But it says, all right. Yeah, it's Isaiah 43:18. Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Everybody know about, behold, I do a new thing. But listen, most of the time, the new thing that the Lord is doing, it comes to us in a prophetic word or a prophetic dream. But in order for us to embrace the new thing that the Lord is doing, all right, we have to forget the former things, which means leaving the past. One of the ways we forget the former things is by leaving the past, no longer considering the things of old or no longer living in the things of old. Now, I'm not a person that says you got to keep changing your life and you got to do a new thing. But most of the time, the old thing, even if it's a good thing, is it no longer has the effectiveness or the grace for now. And it may be time for you to leave the past. Many of us, when the Lord gives us a prophetic word, that prophetic word becomes a Hebrew 4:12 word. Hebrew 4:12, where it says, and I be wanting to quote these verses, and when I tell you what it says, then it kind of leaves my mind. The word of God is living and powerful, okay, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the division of soul and spirit. So, and this is how a prophetic word operates. This is because a prophetic word is a living word. It's a rhema word. And so a prophetic word comes to cut the tie between soul and spirit. It cuts that soul tie. Soul ties are not just about being attached to someone in a sexual way. A soul tie is actually anything that connects you to the past and you can't break out of it. And so then the Lord sends a prophetic word, which is living and powerful, and it is a two-edged sword. It is a surgical instrument. And that prophetic word cuts the past from our present so that we can move forward into the future. So this is how we bring the prophetic into our everyday life. All right. Number one, all right, with a prophetic word, we get a strategy. Number two, with a prophetic word, we create change in our direction. And then number three, with a prophetic word, we leave the past. All right. So that's our video for today. Listen, we currently are celebrating. We're celebrating having having reached 5,000 subscribers, and so we're going to be doing a giveaway each Friday of this month. And so the first one will be this Friday. And if you will leave a comment on the video, we're going to put the video link to the 5,000 subscribers. We're going to put that the link to that video in the description box. So if you go to that video and leave a comment, then your name will be in the drawing. And so what we're doing is we're doing a drawing from those that leave a comment here on YouTube, and then we're doing a drawing for those who will subscribe to our email list. So if you want to be in both drawings, then go to our mailing list, creativeawakenings.us, and subscribe to the mailing list, and then leave a comment here on YouTube. And I'll see you Friday at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much. May the Lord bless you and cause the prophetic to come forth in your life in a major way. Shalom.